Welcome, everyone. Thanks for D8. The players love him. Thank you, David. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. McCollum, the 2, and Hood, the 3. Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. And it's Lillard in at the point. And for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. And it's Smith in at the point. Now here's Randall. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Chris, tonight 2 offenses that love to slow it down and then set it up. What was your favorite half-court play, for instance?
Oh, wow. Well, for me, it's a play called turn 4 or 5. And depending on if I was the 4 or the 5, that means that you have a guard come out. He spins out. He comes out on the wing, and he throws it into you. And then it's your job to go to work or to find a double team. So it's almost like being that point forward off the box. So any play that was called for myself in the half court, you know, is my favorite play.
Right. I can see the play in my mind right now as you're describing it. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Following the three-point attempt by Rodney Hood. Count it.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
McCollum, rebounded by Knox.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
And it's slammed in by Smith.
I like whenever Smith leaps up high for the jam. He's a guy that just doesn't mess around when he's in attack mode to get to the rim.
For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. About a minute and a half through the first quarter.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Barrett slams it in.
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
So it's Portland now. The Knicks making the shot. Whiteside, high post. And it's McCollum in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot on the wing. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Robinson, that's good.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
Now here's Lillard. McCollum outside. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
A lethal shooter from downtown. McClellan, he enjoys opportunities to pull the trigger.
Nice shot by Smith.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Yeah, the Blazers boasting one of the game's elite backcourts in Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. I mean, other than the Splash Brothers, these two have the most points and three-pointers of any duo over the last handful of seasons.
He gets that one.
No hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert. Easy.
Not going to go that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. And the Blazers used to stagger Lillard and McCollum's minutes. Chris, now they've embraced these two playing together more often.
Yeah, and they should, Kevin. I mean, they're both standing about 6'3", so defensively they give up a little height. But on the offensive end, the firepower that they bring to bear is something to watch.
Randall passes to Smith. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Hood with it. Now Smith defending. Hood gets the bucket.
Timeout. One of Hood's go-to shots. I mean, so smooth and comfortable firing from these in-between spots.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans after trading away Porzingis. They were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking. They refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
New York shooting their first free throw this game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And the whistle's going to blow. It will be on Alonzo Trier. That's his first foul. 1:53 left here in the first quarter. Here's Nurkic. Again, the Trailblazers good for two.
Evolving is his game over time. That's what's going on. I mean, look, this demonstrates growth. Nurkic looking willing to challenge himself with these shots.
And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Portland, they trail by one. In the corner, it's Morris. Nurkic with the steal.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
And Bazemore kicks to Lillard. In the corner, it's Little. Nurkic, he shoots again. They now take the lead.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
Here's Trier. D from Lillard. And here are the Blazers. They're on a 13-5 run here. In the corner, it's Little. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Now Bazemore. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Morris passes to Bullock, and it's blocked. Now here's Little. And there's Lillard on the assist by Little.
Well, talking about Lillard, he's so good as a scorer in the paint. I mean, probably just as good as any point guard.
Here's Trier. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Lillard. Trailblazers leading by 3. 11 feet away. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
The shot's good. Trier's got 5.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Lillard from outside. That shot is off. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Portland out in front as they end the first quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic.
She gets up and 3-4 in the
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, G.A. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Damian Lillard out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Little in at the small forward. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you.
Well, the best season of his career, Kevin. But then Yusuf Nurkic suffered that gruesome leg injury. It was a huge loss for the Blazers and a long road to recovery for Nurkic.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Julius Randle's checked in for Bobby Portis. Kevin Knox comes in for Taj Gibson. It's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Dennis Smith in for Reggie Bullock. Portland also making some changes. Isanya, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Hood comes in for Little. And McCollum subbed in for Kent Bazemore.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And that one, good. 6 points for Smith. And the Blazers were looking for that third star. Chris Nurkic was starting to look like he might fit the bill.
Well, Kevin, let's think about it. You could argue that he was one of the top 5 centers in the league last season. He just turned 25, so hopefully he's still on the upslope of his career. One of the game's elite scorers and closers, Damian Lillard. With the game on the line, you know what time it is. It's Dame time.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Passes it to Collins. And it's McCollum in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Collins, and Portland again with the bucket. Chris, you talk about degree of difficulty. Damian Lillard takes and makes some incredibly tough shots.
Kevin, the percentages don't do him justice. Off the dribble, contested from deep. Lillard is always a threat.
Hood can't get it to go. Knicks trail by 8. On the wing, Ellington. Goodbye, Hood. Here's Barrett. And he overshot that one, missing. Trailblazers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. When it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names. Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place, because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out because this guy's a beast.
Here's Lillard, following the score by Dennis Smith. And here is Hezonja. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. The Knicks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Here's Smith, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Damian Lillard. And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
And New York making a change here. Trier's checked in. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that. And I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Now here's Lillard. 7 points in the game. Off target with his 3. Here's Smith, and Smith with the stop.
And this is one of Smith's strengths, his ability to attack and cut through the defense and just finishing with ease at the rim.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Portland again missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Julius Randle. Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Dennis Smith. And then for the Trailblazers, Little comes in for Hezonja. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Damian Lillard.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Here's Bullock. And stolen by Bazemore. Tolliver the pass to McCollum. Back to Tolliver. Little with the ball. Working on Gibson. Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
Bobby Portis is checked in for New York. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Whiteside. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Bazemore for 3. It's rebounded by New York.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. The wide open shot by Little. Portland again missing. Gibson for 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 3. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You gotta like what Dennis Smith has done in this game.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
Oh, you're so right, Greg. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Barrett is out there with Smith, and it's Robinson in at the 5. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here's Smith, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. It can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
A 3 from McCollum, hits it from 3-point range. McCollum's got 10.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
It's Whiteside, top of the key. Lillard outside. A 3-pointer, no good.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Randall off the left rim and out. Trailblazers leading by 4. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 3rd. Lillard with no one around. Portland again missing. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Portland.
The big body, the way Randall moves, draws a lot of fouls.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Smith. Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Free throw line jump shot, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
And the rejection by Collins. Ellington, here's Randall, and it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. It's stolen by Randall. Robinson kicks to Ellington. Here's Randall. And the rejection by Collins.
An established defender at a young age. Collins has the timing and the reach to block shots.
Whiteside finds Lillard. From past the arc. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
The Knicks have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And last season, Wayne Ellington traded. Still a very valuable shooter, though.
Yeah, Ellington had fallen out of the rotation in Miami before getting traded. He's a proven shooter from outside who has been pretty consistent from deep the last handful of years.
The Knicks making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by Barrett. New York trailing. Outside Portis. Here's Knox, and it's all evened up. Knox has got his second bucket.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball moving and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Hood for 3. But they get it back. It's good. And it's 8 points for Nurkic.
Oh, the closer Nurkic is to the basket, the more dangerous he is. A solid interior scorer.
Here's Ellington. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Lillard from the arc. It's rebounded by New York. Randall's got 6 rebounds in the game.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing up.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
A minute 50 left to play here in the third. McCollum, no good.
I guess even he has took this one of those once in a while.
And the rejection by Collins. Here's Knox. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Hood, the pass to Collins. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Inside, shot clock at 6. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. Little, he's checked in for Portland. Ken Bazemore comes in for Damian Lillard. Portland's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Up top, Bazemore. Ellington defending. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
For the Knicks, Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And Alonzo Triers subbed in for Wayne Ellington. And a switch here also for Portland. Tolliver's checked in. The free throw dropped for Bazemore. 52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Fires from the line. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the
McCollum outside. Oh, good with the triple. And here are the Knicks. They're on a 16-7 run. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bullock dishes to Morris. Over Little. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Terrific use of the catch-and-shoot jumper for Morris, catching the D flat-footed and torching them as a result.
McCollum with the ball. Fires from deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. It's the Knicks. They're up by 3. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Anthony Tolliver out there with Little. Then there's McCollum. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle.
You gotta love the ferocity Smith plays with, especially when he's attacking the rim. You can body him up, but boy, is it hard to stop him.
There's the pass to McCollum. Off target from outside.
They came close there to tying it up.
That was a really important possession, especially at this stage of the game. Painful miss.
Kicks it to Nurkic. McCollum outside. Pass to Bazemore. There's Nurkic. Shoots over Bullock. Nurkic can't hit. Here's Trier. He's guarded by McCollum. The shot by Trier, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. In the corner, it's Tolliver. To tie it up. The rebound by Gibson. The Knicks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Robinson's checked in for Trier. Whiteside's checked in for Portland. Hezonja comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Robinson kicks to Bullock. Outside Gibson. Over Hezonja. New York, no good that time either.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Here's McCollum. Whiteside trying to break free. It'll go, and the Knick lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from McCollum.
And this is why McCollum is an all-star caliber player. Possesses the ability to score on intensity.
Robinson, that's good. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Bazemore. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Knicks leading by 3. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Wow, and really, when Morris gets ahead of steam behind him, look out, just a remarkable finish.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, and we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
But they'll get another chance. And the jam by Whiteside.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
Yeah, Kevin, second chance opportunity so big in this instance. Yeah, they have to feel fortunate that they could extend that play.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Randall's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Marcus Morris. And Barrett subbed in for Reggie Bullock. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Fizdale talking to his team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
And Barrett gets it to go. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the shot goes in.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
Smith, no luck.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay.
Lillard has the open look. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Smith, and he banks in the layup. Smith's got 21 in the game.
And I tell you what, Smith takes over on those important possessions, always calm and confident with the ball, and this guy embraces the big moments.
McCollum, no good.
Bad shot. This is the time to work the ball inside and get the best shot possible. I mean, that's the way to make the comeback happen.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. The Trailblazers shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Smith against Lillard. Here's Whiteside, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity. I tell you, Smith is the real deal, showing a lot of grit down the stretch in these tight spots. Nothing rattles this guy.
And it's Lillard missing. The Knicks leading by 5. Here's Barrett. That shot, no good. Good D by McCollum. It's McCollum on the wing. No good that time. So New York will take it the other way. And Barrett slams it in.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But GA, this is no letter. And, you know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 7. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dennis Smith.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. So it's Portland now. They trail by 7. Lillard against Smith. Shoots the 3. Rebound by Smith.
Look, the more threes he misses, I mean, the more he wants to take. Where they do that at? That's not the right mindset.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal. And McCullough is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how under control he is.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by 8. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, it's so important at this stage in the game for everyone to be on the same page and working together.
Tolliver with the bucket.
Oh, you'd like to see a stronger pick than that, but it turns out he didn't need the help.
And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one. So it's New York picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for